Did you miss me? Hello, honeys. It has been quite some time since you and I have seen each other on this platform anyway, like about a year, so we have some catching up to do. We're gonna treat this video very much like a Q&A style sit down and chat. It's gonna be like my reintroduction to YouTube. I asked you guys on Instagram, follow me there if you're not, if you have any questions, and you had some questions. So we're gonna just get into everything. We're gonna get into just general about me, finances, fashion, my move, all the things. I'm just gonna be sitting like this chatting with you. So keep me on while you're cleaning, while you're going to the gym, or let's have a little FaceTime session. Let's just get the basics out of the way. My name is Josie, obviously. I just turned 28 on August 8th, so I'm a Leo baby. I live in a very small town in Virginia, Southwest Virginia. I live with my partner. His name is John. My stepson, his name is Nathan, and then our dog Emery. I will let you guys meet her later because that was one of the questions that was asked on Instagram. Nathan, you will probably never see my videos. He is a teenager and he has no interest in being in plus size lifestyle content, so I would never force him to be. But if you hear anything about Nathan, then you'll know who it is, and you can expect to see John because I'm gonna force him. So I'm gonna get into your questions now, and the first question that I have here is, why did you move from South Carolina? So for anybody that doesn't know, I lived and grew up here where I am now in Virginia. Moved to South Carolina for a year and almost 2 years really, and then I moved back to Virginia. The real reason is that my mental health was just struggling really bad down there. It is very, very expensive to live in such a tourist area, and I was trying to do it alone. So the cost of living was astronomically high. I was struggling really bad. I wasn't really able to enjoy the experience of living at Myrtle Beach. So my mental health really just took a big toll. Obviously my financial health did too, contrary to what most people believe, because now that I'm with John, and I'll get to the backstory of this, a lot of people in my life think that I moved back for John. But I was actually talking to somebody else before I moved back here, and him and I had intentions on pursuing a relationship, but John and I have a history, and when I came back here, we met up and he applied that pressure and things went from there. So prior to what anybody believes, I did not move back here for John, but obviously he is a big plus in being back here. Next couple of questions. Are you married? And how did you and your partner meet? I am not married. I would like to be very soon, and we have talked about it. It's in the cards. I know that he's my person and he knows that I'm his person, so it's just a matter of the timing. And the story about how we actually met. We first met when I was in a relationship with my ex. We had a huge friend group with all the guys, all their partners, and John and I met through that mutual friend group. After I ended things with my partner and after things ended with his partner, it was several months that had passed and we reached back out to each other. We kind of just found each other again. We hung out and then we built a really strong friendship. That friendship turned into, and then things just kind of went from there, but we were just kind of stuck in that friends with benefits for a while. And then I moved to the beach and I moved back, and I guess he caught wind, or I told him, I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure I told him actually that I was moving back. He decided to meet up and just chat about, how things were and what our situation was going to be and how we were going to proceed, because like I said, I was going to be in a relationship with somebody else. I needed that closure with John because he had kind of always been a part of my life and we had always been really attracted to each other. So for me, it was almost that I was thinking I was going to get closure to be able to pursue that next relationship. Had many of conversations, many heart-to-hearts once we met up again, and it just kind of turns out that we both really do love each other. We want it to work. The timing was just not right. So it was almost like that right person, wrong time thing. And here we are almost 2 years later together. That's basically the tea, with that. I met him through my ex-boyfriend. The next question is, how do I make money? Do I make money on social media? Do I have a job? And then what John does for work. John is a manager at a specialty store. He runs the deli part of the specialty store. So he does that full time. right now I'm getting ready to start a new position. I haven't started yet, so I'll just kind of keep it at that. But it is remote. It is a full-time position. Keep it really real with you guys. I have done Instacart and Spark, DoorDash, all of those kind of independent contractor positions for a very long time because I am someone who struggles with mental health, and I just like to go at my own pace. If I'm having a bad day, if I need a break, I like the flexibility to be able to take that. But obviously times are hard for most everybody right now. You almost need a 2-person income, or you need multiple streams of income for one person to be able to make it work. I'm gonna do this for some time. We'll see how it goes. I mean, hopefully I love it, but the end goal for me is to be a full-time content creator that talks about plus size fashion, plus size content, and just showing a plus size woman living her life. It's not talked about enough, and have we came a very long way? I think absolutely we have, but there's still so much work to be done and so much more space that plus size bodies need to take on social media. So that's the end goal for me, is to just be able to do this full time and provide for my family in that way. Right now, I am starting that new position, and John has his full-time job. He's been holding down the fort pretty much for quite some time now because Instacart has been very slow. Spark has been very slow. And that's kind of also what pushed me to need to get another job, because if I'm not making money doing Spark and Instacart, then I'm only relying on the money that I make from social media. And at this point, I'm a micro influencer, so the money is not in abundance. It will be one day, but it is not right now. So you have to suffice, you have to do what it takes. This will help me to stack some money, help us to put some money into savings, be a buffer while I continue to support this dream. Next couple of questions have to do with social media. So it was, how long have you been doing social media? And then what is your favorite social media app to post on? So I have been doing social media for about 2 years now, but kind of inconsistently. Main platform is TikTok. I'm gonna do a shameless plug right here for you all. I have almost 11,000 followers on there, so that's the main one that I work with. And then I like to take those followers over to Instagram for more like day-to-day life. I have like about 1,200 followers on there, but I will say, even though the follower count is less, my connections to people on Instagram are much higher than TikTok, because I feel like TikTok is just very much short form, and it can be so much harder to engage with people and connect with people. And the main reason I wanted to get back on YouTube is that, because when I go to YouTube anyway, I am looking for like the long form content. I think people expect that on this platform. And I also think that it helps you to just be more real, more vulnerable, share the everyday stuff and not just like little snippets. So I'm hoping that on here I can build further connections with people, and then eventually, take those connections to all the other platforms, or not really. I just taking things as it goes, just seeing what works out best for me. But I like long form content. I have many people that I watch on here religiously. So I like the connection. I like to feel like I'm just chatting with a friend. We're talking about our day. They're cooking some food and telling me what's going on with the kids or whatever the case might be. So that's why I really like YouTube. And that's why I want to really like kickstart this journey back over here. So my next couple of questions are fashion related. So one of them says, do you have any rules when it comes to fashion? And then what are some of your favorite colors to wear? I don't have any fashion rules that I can think of. Unless I'm going somewhere or doing something like filming, I am definitely a like very little to no makeup kind of girly, and I like to be comfortable. I will put it on when I'm going somewhere, but otherwise I just like to be cozy. I like to be casual, but I do like to kind of elevate general styles. So I would elevate like sweats with some flare sweats or some flats and a nice top. So I really just like to overall be comfortable, but I just feel like whatever feels comfortable on your body is what you should wear. And no matter if it's trendy or if it's something that is kind of like out of the ordinary, whatever that means, wear what you want, wear what makes you feel comfortable, wear what makes you feel happy when you put it on. You should feel like, okay, like I feel good in this, I can conquer my day in this. So that's really the only rule that I have. I wouldn't even necessarily call it a rule, but it's just to, be comfortable, be confident, and be happy in what you're putting on, because it's going to make a huge difference in everything else. And as far as colors, I usually gravitate towards really bright colors, but I have noticed, obviously, but I have noticed that I am starting to like more basics. I saw this thing about like a capsule wardrobe, and I'm kind of intrigued about how that works. So basically you get a bunch of solid pieces and solid pants, and then get things to go with it, such as like bright colored shoes, bright cardigans, different styles that you can pair with those basics. I like the idea of that. I just don't know if I would be able to do it because I love, you know, prints, like very vibrant, very bright, colorful things. I might look into doing some videos like that, kind of building a capsule wardrobe. Just a few more questions here, or maybe just a couple. I don't know how long this is gonna be, so if it's forever long, I apologize in advance, but I want this to be a video that people can come back to. You know, if they have a question I've already answered here, I can kind of revert people back to this video just so that they have a clear picture of who I am and, you know, kind of my goals, what I like, what I don't like, and just all of that information. So yeah, this one isn't a question really, but just kind of a comment. It says, thank you for showing who you are as an apple-shaped body. It's really hard to find. And yeah, apple-shaped fashion is so hard to find. An apple-shaped body basically means that you are more like stomach heavy and you don't have really hips or a backside. I don't see a lot of people on here with that body type. I love to be the person, like when I post a video and people comment and say, finally somebody that looks like me, that is the reason that I continue to do social media, even though I am growing, you know, quite slow, or I don't even want to say slow, but I'm growing at a very steady pace. I'm not blowing up overnight or anything like that, but just reading those comments is enough for me to keep going, because plus size representation is so important, and there are so many people in this world who are plus size. Over a size 16 is like a huge population of the world. It's just a shame that there are not more people that can feel confident enough or good enough to post these things. I just want to be a voice for people like that. That's really just my ultimate goal in this, is just to show up for plus size bodies, for apple-shaped bodies, and just claim our space, because we deserve the same space, love, attention, affection, all those things that anybody else does. So that is why I do what I do. Thank you so much for noticing. It really does mean the entire world to me when people say that. Last question before I let you guys meet Emery is, what is your goal, or what are your goals moving forward? 5-10 year plans. So my goal is to just continue to grow on social media, continue to build connections with like-minded people, and for people to really see who I am for more than just a little short videos. YouTube is a step in the right direction, because you just get like a little bit more of my personality, where it doesn't always come across on TikTok videos, because half the time I play to music. So you don't really get like any sort of what my vibe is, but I feel like I'm very honest, I'm very kind, straightforward. I have a goofy side, but I am quite a serious person. I do struggle with mental health. I have good days, I have bad days. So I really want to just show all of that. I want to be the realest that I can possibly be with you guys, and just, you know, be a like-minded friend. So I hope that you see it that way. If you've watched this far and you feel like, you know, this girl, we could be besties, then I hope that you'll consider subscribing, because this is what you're gonna see from me. I'm gonna do like vlog style content, obviously much less sitting down formal like this. I'm probably gonna be, you know, just showing my day, showing our life. I'll do some plus size hauls, and you'll be here through all the ups and downs and everything in between. So sounds like something you would like to be a part of, then I hope that you'll consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here. So aside from social media goals, John and I do want to move our family. Eventually, this is his house that we're staying in. He actually just paid off this house, so it's completely his now. I'm so proud of him. But we do eventually want to move into a bit of a bigger space that provides more storage, because I have a lot of stuff, you guys. And when I moved in here, it was a lot. We've had to come up with many organizational systems, because obviously before it was just him and Nathan and Emery. To bring a whole other person into a 2-bedroom house it's a lot. So We definitely want to consider moving or not. We will sell this house or rent this house. We don't really know yet. We definitely have to have some conversations with some financial advisors and some real estate people that can kind of steer us into making the right decision. But ultimately, we do want to move closer to town. We're a little bit in the like outskirts right now. We would like to get a little bit closer to town. Other goals, I will mention this and I will mention it very briefly because this channel is in no way going to be a health channel, but I am on a health journey, and I say health, not weight loss, because it's never about the number on the scale for me. It's really just about feeling good and, you know, finding long-lasting habits. I have acid reflux. I'm a binge eater. I'm an emotional eater. So I have some cards stacked against me, and I'm learning how to navigate food and exercise and a way that is going to be long-term. So you might see a little bit of that on here, but I will never be like, today, guys, I weigh blah, blah, less than, you know, I in no way want this to be a health channel because I know that that can be triggering for a lot of plus size people. And if you're following me because you are also plus size, then I don't want you to be steered in any way thinking that you are doing better or worse than me, or you need to be different because I'm doing this different. It's not why I'm here at all. So will I probably share some recipes that might be, you know, healthier eating, of course, and you might see some clips of me at the gym because that's just what I'm doing now to focus on my health. And you might hear me talk about mental health aspects, you know, seeing a therapist or etc., because I'm just trying to figure out what works best for me as I'm growing older and realizing, you know, the importance of taking care of all of this stuff. But in no way will you see me speaking on this in such high regards. It will never be like the title of a video or something like that because that's just not what I want the focus to be on over here, but it is a part of my life. So just expect to see some clips of it. I just want to preface that because I know that it can be triggering to some and I don't want to be any sort of trigger to anybody. And I think one other goal for us, I don't know if I would call this a goal or not, but we are kind of in the sense of if it happens, it happens. We want a baby. I have PCOS. It's extremely hard for me to get pregnant. It's a little bit of an age gap between John and I, so we don't want to wait incredibly long to have a child, but we're just kind of like, if it happens, it would be a big blessing, but if not, then we're happy with our little family that we have now. But I figured I would include that just for, you know, some real life, a little bit more insight onto like our family. Okay, I think I've talked enough, so it is finally time for you to meet Emery. Emery goes by Emmy or Smemmy or Emmy Witcher or just Emery. She has all of those names, all those pet names, all those dog names that you know, if you have a pet, you know, they got little crazy nicknames. Here she is, guys. She is a crazy, crazy girl. She's so crazy, but we love her so much. She's a little camera shy. That is gonna do it. I hope I answered all you all's questions. If I missed your question, please leave it below. I definitely was not intending to. I just had a lot to get through, and I know that this video is probably gonna be pretty long. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it kind of gave you a little bit of insight into me and my life and some things that you might not have known. If you have any other questions, like I said, just leave them down below. I am really, really excited to get back into this channel. I'm excited to just live the day to day and share everything with you all and have some, you know, plus size fashion content mixed in between. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed our little FaceTime session, girl, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you. I'm really looking forward to getting started with this, and I will catch you guys in my next one.